There's an internationally famous Israeli soccer player scored the winning goal and held up his wrist while he was playing in Turkey to show his support for the hostages being held underground in cages. What did he get for his efforts? Well, of course, he got arrested. There's a very famous Israeli soccer player, Sagiv Jehezkel, that plays for the Turkish national team, actually the Turkish team in a professional league and the Israeli national team. Mm-hmm. And after he scored a winning goal the other day, he held up his wrist. We're going to show the picture, and it showed 100 and then 10-7, meaning it's been 100 days since October 7th. And he just held it up to say, remember, there are hostages underground. That's all he did. Didn't have any press conferences, nothing. Just to remind his fans to remember the captives who are being brutalized. For that crime, he was kicked off the team, had his contract fired, attempted to leave the country after this to go back to Israel, but instead was arrested, was taken before a judge, and it took the intervention of the Israeli government to get him out of Turkey, lest he be committed to some long-term hold without charges detention in one of those infamous Turkish prisons that everybody hears horror stories about. He literally could not even mention quietly, by holding up his wrist, there were 1,200 people massacred and 250 people kidnapped, non-combatants kidnapped in violation of every international convention there is in regards to this. It's unbelievable. Nobody in Turkey has supported him. And in response, the brutal fascist dictator of Turkey has decided that this is tantamount to a declaration of war on his country because a soccer player wants to remind the world what happened. It's unbelievable. It took literally the intervention of Netanyahu to get this guy out before he ended up in prison. Have we sunk so low as an international society that this can happen without massive public outcry against Turkey?
You know, I think we have to realize who Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is, what his regime is. They are staunch supporters of Hamas. That is a Muslim Brotherhood regime in Ankara. The AK Party, which Erdogan helped to found, is a pro-Hamas political party. Yes, Israel and Turkey had tried to patch things up diplomatically in recent times, and it seemed we're making progress along that way until, of course, the Shabbat massacre of October the 7th, at which point Turkey reverted to form, which is support for Hamas. And this soccer player, just as you said, I mean, just holding up his wrist with a reminder of October the 7th and the dozens, 100 days more now, since then that the hostages are still being held. That was beyond the pale for a Hamas supporting regime like Erdogan's.
And the world is quiet. I think that's the part that bothers me the worst is the world.
I agree. Yeah.